meeting. And the first item of business be the approval of the October invoices. Everybody's had a chance to look at them. We need a motion and a second to approve.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Motion by Mr. Solsky.
I'll second that.
Second by Mr. Shirley. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Those opposed. Next item of business is the approval of the October 8th, 2015 minutes. Motion to approve, second.
I make a motion to approve.
Motion by Ms. Mizell. Second by Mr. Caldwell. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed. Approval of the November agenda.
We need to add 2 items to the agenda. The first one is an appeal of an administrative ruling at the First United Methodist Church.
Is this going under other business, Joe?
Yeah, under other business.
Label B.
Yes.
Appeal.
And then under C, a discussion of potential litigation.
It's actually pending litigation. And I'm gonna keep it under 60 seconds.
I bet.
Kind of ridiculous sounding, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right, with those changes to the agenda, we can have a motion for approval in a second.
I make a motion for approval of the agenda with the 2 adjustments added.
Motion by Ms. Mizell. Second by Ms. Holland. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed. Items for postponement, withdrawal.
The only item we have is eligible.
And then we have the consent agenda. And that would be
It's eligible for consent, is that right?
the Bill Mayer property.
Bill Mayer property is
Yeah.
eligible.
Is anyone here to speak against the Bill Mayer property? Tracks 2A and B. If no one's here to speak against it, then we can have a consent on it.
Yeah, I'll move that,
We'll need a motion.
move that, item A, new business, Bill Mayer property be approved by consent.
Motion by Mr. Smith,
I'll second.
second by Mr. Shirley. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion approved. So we'll move right on down to the list. I guess it's the appeal of the.
Yeah, this is a development plan that was approved in 2013 for the First United Methodist Church. They, if you remember, they added on to the back of their church a large.
Joe, just for the record, I'd like to mention that all members are present of the commission.
They did a large addition. As part of that, they had their preliminary development plan approved, and then they went forward and had the construction plans and the final development plan approved by staff. As part of that approval, they showed a sidewalk on the northern end of their parking lot. This is the site prior to development. The parking lot ended here. With the addition, they required more parking, so they extended it, included this box of grassy area to the west. They also cut out some of the parking lot around this tree. The development plan showed the sidewalk along this boundary. And the reason for the sidewalk was to meet a requirement of the subregs that says pedestrian access should be considered on any development plan to provide safe pedestrian crossing of parking lots and connectivity to adjoining property. So their solution to providing a pedestrian walk from this parking area was to provide it along the boundary of the parking. They wanted to save this tree. That's why they cut out the existing parking. They lost some parking in doing that, but it was important for them to save that tree. They did previously have a sidewalk that they tore out because I think this was one of the main entrances to the existing church. The entrances moved to these two locations. This is the main entrance with the drop-off, and there's also an entrance over here. They redid this parking lot as well. They didn't end up doing this. They left it for later, but they have sidewalk connections on this end. They asked to not have to do the sidewalk, but it was shown on the development plan. There from staff's I guess perspective, there is a need, we think, for the sidewalk to provide a safe connection. This is their main entrance, and it's a long straight shot, so there is a lot of vehicle traffic along this road or this pathway. And then to provide, there was obviously a need in the past to provide a connection to this area, but we think if the sidewalk was striped to indicate that there is a sidewalk, a safe path to walk to get to the entrance, that it would be utilized. So I mean, we do see a need for the sidewalk, but they feel differently, and they would like to remove. Obviously they didn't put it in when doing the construction. The one reason they said is it really wouldn't make sense, as shown on the plans, to jog 90 and to get around the tree, and people don't naturally walk that way, so it wouldn't make sense to construct it that way. We kind of feel like you could straighten it out a little bit and provide a more straight shot with the sidewalk and not hug the curb, and it would be used. There may need some additional striping to make it clear to people parking in the lot that there is a sidewalk there that is directing traffic to the entrance. But anyway, here's the before and here's the after. As I said, this sidewalk was torn out. They put the handicap parking here and here, so there's a striped crossing in this area to get the handicap spots, to give them clear direction that this is the pedestrian path, and then the sidewalk goes to the entrance. I just took some shots of the parking lot. This is looking from the handicap spots down to the west, and this is looking in the opposite direction. You can kind of see where they cut out the old parking lot, but this is a similar shot, but it shows where the sidewalk ends now at the handicap spots. And if it was to be extended, it would be extended down here, probably just maybe jog around the tree and go to the end. And this is looking up from the tree. Those are all the shots I got, but I think there's a representative here, I believe, from the church. Anybody here from the church? Okay.
I didn't think
They
there was
said they'd
anybody.
be here, but maybe they decided against it.
Well, I mean,
So-
we discussed this and also in an executive session, didn't we?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
And we voted to require the sidewalk.
Yeah, I mean, there's an option, when they first requested, there's an option to go to the executive committee for a ruling. We ruled that they should provide the sidewalk, and then they have the option to appeal that to the full commission, which they verbally told me they wanted to do, so that's why I added to the agenda. I guess I should check the audience first.
Excuse me, you used the term executive session. That's a different animal than the executive committee. Executive session, we could not have discussed this in an executive
Excuse
session.
me. Thank you.
So, didn't want
Executive
someone
committee.
reading this wonderful stuff and coming back and raising Cain with us. So,
Okay.
thank you.
Being that, Joe, should we just move on? I mean, let our executive committee
Well, do you
decision
want-
stand?
Make a ruling?
Yeah, I would say take a vote, unless you want to give them the option to come next month. I mean,
Does anybody have
I-
any questions for Joe? And we can take a vote on
Can you back up to that one slide there that shows the end, where the sidewalk ends?
right here.
Really, I don't see where it's that bad to go straight on across there towards that tree.
That's what I was gonna
Meander
ask
around
you,
it
would it
and on
hurt
down.
anything going straight?
No, I would, personally, I appreciate the thought of saving the tree. That's fantastic. But I'm like Joe, I think, from personal experience, they could continue pretty much a straight shot right at the end of the parking. And what I would do is I'd put a natural little curvature in the sidewalk and then go on. I wouldn't. And then that also, to me, it would leave, if they wanted planting areas on both sides of the side, it'd just be pretty. But, I mean, we make, it's required for everybody else developing a piece of property. That's how I came, upon my decision. So, I feel like it's needed personally.
What is their objection to putting it in? Is it cost or?
They haven't told me its cost, but they just thought it wouldn't be used.
Wouldn't be used?
Yeah, they thought that people could walk through the parking lot.
Anybody have any other questions? I think if not, we just take us a vote on it and see where everybody stands, but we need a motion to,
I think based on our guidelines, we require sidewalks. I would move that we require the sidewalk be
Require.
installed.
so Stevens made a motion to require the sidewalk. I need a second.
I'll second. Ms. Holland.
And Ms.
second.
Holland. All those in favor say aye.
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 Those opposed? Motion approved.
Okay.
Put the sidewalk in.
Now I guess we need to go into executive session. Or not executive,
For discuss pending litigation, it's the litigation involving the
closed session.
furlong development.
I think if we're gonna have House Bill 55, I think we ought to do it first, so Charlie can have to sit and listen to you.
Oh, I like
That's
that
fine.
idea.
Well, I'm not aware of any of that tonight.
All right, I guess at this time we'll go into executive session, which,
Or closed session. I said executive session.
Well, it's the same
again.
thing.
Same
Executive
thing.
session, closed
Okay.
session, same thing.
Okay.
so, we'll have to ask anybody in the audience to leave, please.
This will not take long.
60 seconds.
But I'm shooting for it.
Yeah, he can cut off.
1 minute, we'll be back.
Yeah.
But,
Is there other business after the closed session?
They will, the other side, well, the other side's already filed their brief. Ours is due, December 16, something.
We're done with you, I guess.
And
But there's,
Do we
we have
have-
nothing else.
I'm not sure if they've even appointed their panel yet. They'll appoint 3
That's
judges to hear
All right,
it.
it's coming back.
So I don't know. He probably won't get it if he's new, so he probably won't get it, but.
We're done with David, ain't we? I think the only other thing on the agenda is, Brent,
Is bring your hammer down.
did you have anything on the previously, what does that say? Previously approved jobs?
Probably always say something, but
If you don't have that.
But he'd get his butt whipped in the parking lot if he does.
All right, Megan. If you wanna go for it.
You're allowed 60 seconds too, Megan.
Megan wants to do some House Bill 55, so. She says she'll take about 30 minutes.
30 seconds?
I can condense or expand.
Mr. Chairman, this doesn't do me a hill of beans worth of good. I'm going to
You
dinner.
sure you don't want to stay, Charlie, huh?
You know, I desperately want to, especially for Megan.
You can put it on your resume though, Charlie.
But, you know, that damn thing's got so much useless stuff on it now I can't do anything with it.
Charlie, don't forget.
Yeah,
Monday,
Charlie, do you need
3:30.
HP 55?
Executive. meeting.
Charlie needs a
We'll
little bit of
talk
training
about,
too, doesn't he?
Kennel thing,
What?
Monday,
This
3:30.
coming Monday?
Right,
What
it's
is it?
coming Monday. On the kennel thing with,
Yeah, does Charlie need to be
No, I don't need to be there.
oh no, he said he had. I kinda like you to be there anyway though.
I don't need to be, you know, I don't need to be there. No. I'm a dog lover. You can't get me in on a meeting like that.
No, we don't.
Talking about recommending some wording.
Before you get started.
Get something done on it.
We're gonna do some House Bill 55.
10 years.
You don't have to stay if you don't want to. Everybody's more than welcome to leave, but I suggest you probably stay. I'm wore out. I'd like to go home. I've been up since 5 this morning. But
Yeah, that was tough. I think that was self-inflicted coming off vacation. You should have planned your vacation better. You wouldn't have to get up so early.
You're done.
So, if that's good, well, Megan's got about